Dan Rothenberg and Joe Klosik, two guys trying to figure it out. Not the right wing, not the brosphere. Left of center, with humor and empathy. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Splain.
The Splain.
The Splain. Splaining.
Splaining. We're just trying to figure it out.
We're just trying to splain.
There's so much. Someone needs to splain. Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about randomly? When talking about the brosphere and sort of that energy, have you ever noticed? Like, I'm thinking of. I'll tell you what comes to mind. Bill Maher, who I consider him a part of the brosphere.
I didn't used to. I think there's been a big cultural rethinking about him, or he's changed in his opinion on stuff. But now, I see what you're saying.
He would say that no, I'm just saying
it like it is.
I'm just telling it like it is. I'm talking about a certain style, a certain toxicity.
The way he presents stuff.
It's the ego behind it. It's It's the smugness. It's never being wrong.
Yeah, it's the certainty.
Can't be wrong.
Yeah.
People like that, there's a certain toxic energy to it. People like that never retire. You know what I'm saying? You ever know?
You're right.
They never go away because I think there's a certain power. They are sort of the shit. Where people like Mark Maron, who, in terms of his relevance, came into his own in the last fucking week. I'm not kidding. You know what I'm saying?
I might dispute that a little bit about it when he came into relevance, but yes, I know what you're saying.
He got hot. He started to lay it on the line the last 2 weeks of his career. He's gone.
Well, I think he just decided, like, look, I'm going to be withdrawing or retiring or not as president anymore, and he just went on every podcast and just, with a flamethrower,
But it's another way in which kind of those of us, however you want to put it, that are a little more to the left of center, it's another disadvantage we have. Our people are taking vitamins and self-reflecting and retiring early and trying to have balance, whereas these other guys, they're going to go. They're going to go till no one's listening.
Yeah, till their arteries explode, or
they
have a massive coronary, or I think hatred keeps you alive. That's look how long Dick Cheney lasted. The guy didn't even have a heart. He literally didn't have a physical heart, but it's power. You're right.
It's power. It's a very immediate power they have. Whereas, in order to, how can I put this? On the left, if you're really trying to look at things with nuance, it's not as satisfying and simple.
It's never simple. It's like a classic Star Trek episode of just like, well, I understand that your culture doesn't believe that, but in reality, your Bible is a lie. It's sort of that kind of, like, we want to...
You make your sci-fi references.
Oh, for God's sakes. I can't... Star Trek, it's part of America. It's not just sci-fi anymore. It's an iconic cultural touchstone, Dan. You know what? Ask your wife and son.
I will.
They know.
I was joking. Is she listening? As I've seen my kid grow up into this brilliant costuming sci-fi Marvel geek. In the back of my head, I'm like, did Joe and Colleen? You guys were always friendly because it's okay. It's okay. It wouldn't even bother me.
But it is funny. It is funny. That would be my son. That is hysterical that you ended up with a kid who is like
your son.
All the things that used to drive you crazy about me when we were younger is now. I was preparing you, buddy.
I was just having breakfast. Okay, and we were talking about the last They were talking about the last episode of Stranger Things.
Yeah. You don't have a clue what they were talking about.
So they're talking, and so it gets to Charlie, and he's like, did you like it? And he's like, no.
He's a smart kid.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. And I learned through you. If you geek out on everything enough, nothing's good enough. And it all sucks, and it's all a sellout. I remember those prequels to Star Wars.
Those were terrible, though. I mean,
there you go.
Those were bad just objectively. They were just bad objectively. Right.
I know, that's
and
what it's all about.
Stranger Things was really, really good up until the last season, when I think they painted themselves into a corner, and they had too many plot lines. The lore of the show was just too heavy, and it's weird because the last season they gave so much screen time to that girl. And it was really like her season, which was sort of strange.
Which girl? 11?
The not 11, the young girl. I'm blanking on her name now. Anyway, right? 11 was barely in it, and it's like it's her show. You know what I mean? Like where was like I just felt like they left a lot of stuff on the table, and then they kept changing some things at the very end. You know, where the upside down's not really as important. It's just this in-between space. And, you know, there's things like that. And then they over-explain, much like I'm doing now. But the plot was so complicated that in the middle of every episode, one of the characters had to, you know, either draw on a board to explain the plot or use albums to explain the plot. It was just, it was like clumsy writing.
Hole in the writing. I know, that bugs me.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just, it was, you know,
lazy writing. It just.
I think they were overwhelmed. They were just overwhelmed, you know, and it's too bad because they built a extremely engaging. That first season was awesome. The first season,
I enjoyed the first season.
First season was like a love letter to Spielberg in the 80s and being a kid and all of that. But as the seasons progressed, you know, obviously they wanted to expand the lore and do more universe building, but I think they built it out so much that at some point they were like, wait a second, this is way overcomplicated. We're gonna have to wrap this up someday. And they're like, how are we gonna do it? We don't know.
So I love you, Joe. My goal was to just talk about how negative and over-explaining it get. And then
I over-explained it. We're splaining, Dan.
Now we're talking. Now
I'm
we're
sorry. I'm sorry.
Stranger Things.
I hijacked this episode. Anyway, let me ask you this.
Okay. Yes.
Do you have Am I a Dick? Do you have a
Am I a Dick?
Am I a Dick?
Famous episode. Our famous. What's the word I'm looking for?
Segment.
Am I a Dick? Bow.
Boo.
Okay, am I a dick, Joe? I have a friend, a very close friend, who I met in college, and it's one of these friends we consider ourselves close. We're, seeking a higher truth together. Good friendship.
Okay.
He is. In the last 5 years, he's striking me as being very negative and complainy and not really looking for a solution to his problems. And I say, how's it going? He says, I'm just feeling a lot of anxiety. You know, he just launches into his mental health. And I notice I'm just not into it. And he calls me, I don't take his calls, and I don't want to hear it. I can't listen to
Oh my God. Holy crap. And you're
I don't think the friendship's
and you're a
over.
therapist.
I know.
Let me ask you this.
Exactly. I'm done. I'm clocked out for the day.
Do you think when he's talking about his anxiety, he's looking for like a professional free like diagnosis or assistance?
But then I give him suggestions. He doesn't take them. So fuck it. I'm done. I don't do pro bono with no results. You know what I'm saying? If you have a therapist friend,
and
if you have a therapist friend, and you sit down with them and you take up their time and you decide you're gonna step up and you're gonna break up with your partner, and then you don't,
you're wasting everybody's time.
I'm done with you. Someone's breaking up here. And it's going to be you and me. It's going to be you and me.
Wow.
Because I don't have the fucking time.
Just out of curiosity, just as
bullshit.
to go down a side before we pronounce judgment on are you being a dick or not, just to go down a side hole, okay? I will say it is incredibly annoying to have people constantly ask advice and then see them never take it.
Right, and then kind of argue with you.
Yeah.
It's a reflex. Oh, why don't you? I really like apples. Why don't you try going to the market? No, see the problem with that is okay. So fuck it.
Yeah. Well, then don't
So
have
go
an
back.
apple.
So leave me alone.
So have you told him that you're kind of over this, or you're not ending the friendship, right? You're still gonna.
No, I'm
No.
not ending the friendship. I just find myself annoyed
Hmm.
and judgy, and he is in a lot of pain.
Ah.
And he's a good friend of mine, and he doesn't mean it. But there's a line so you know how we talk about how a friend is someone you say, how's it going? They don't just say fine.
Right.
They tell you.
They tell you. Yeah.
Yet there's a line you cross where you're a whiny bitch. And I can't figure it out. You know what I mean?
There's a line you cross where you're a whiny bitch. Wow. Wow. Okay. Have you had coffee?
Oh, so much coffee. Oh my God.
You know, I was prepared to say you're not being a dick up until the whiny bitch comment. I don't know now.
Well,
He's in pain. You're a therapist. You haven't really said to him, though, like, hey, man, you know, as a therapist, I got to tell you, you're being a whiny bitch. Oh, man.
you know, let me tell you something. I think I'm getting jaded in terms of human relationships. You know, the answer we all fall back on is communication. Did you tell him that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you talk? Well, you should talk to. You should tell. You know what? People don't want to fucking hear it. They don't want to hear it. If I could have told him, I would have told him. Because there's some people who listen, but that's the whole fucking point.
He doesn't listen.
He doesn't listen.
What if you if you said to him, like, hey, listen, I understand you're going through a lot of pain, but it doesn't sound like you're interested in taking any action. I don't know what else to tell you.
Okay, let's do a role play. Go.
Oh.
Say what you were saying.
So wait, who am I in this? Am I you?
You're him.
Okay.
You're the person. You were right there. That dude.
God, I think my friend I do a podcast with had a son with my daughter. Okay, no, different conversation. So
What you were saying.
Okay, I'm you. I'm you.
You're me.
I'm
me.
you. I'm you. Okay.
It's just what you were doing.
Hey, buddy. Listen, I got to tell you. You know, I hear what you're saying, and it sounds like you're in a lot of pain, but it doesn't seem like you're willing to take any suggestions to change anything.
No, I'm willing to take suggestions. It's just my dad just won't fucking listen.
Yeah.
So
you might have something we call whiny bitch syndrome. And you just got to stop complaining about it all and take some decisive action. Look, and I'm a professional. I know. I treat a lot of people with whiny bitch syndrome.
Okay.
What do you think about that, buddy?
I'm not trying to be a whiny bitch. I just, you know, I'm just really hurt. You know, and I talk to my mom.
Yeah.
And she does like, yeah. I mean, that's what my mom would say. That I'm a whiny bitch. That's the problem. People don't.
Yeah.
Listen to my.
You know,
I just want someone to hear me.
Life's not for everyone. Have you have you thought about just, you know, just yeah, okay, you're right. It's hard. Yeah, I get it. That'd be so bad advice. Can you imagine a therapist actually saying that in the context of their office?
The point is, I'm not a fucking therapist. I'm your friend.
Ah, okay.
Did you ever
is that what gets you angry more? Is that do you feel like he's trying to get free therapy out of you?
Oh, a little. Everyone does that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, everybody kind of does that.
Okay.
And it makes you think. People say therapists are good friends because they're non-judgmental, but if you think about it, your friends are supposed to judge you a little. Not to the core, but it's a different kind of, like, okay, so if you if you have a if you have a therapist, here's how you know you have a therapist friend. Because we never seem surprised. We're always validating.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So if you say you have a therapist friend, if you say, God, I've been going through this weird, I've been, I'm trying to think of something. I've been, I don't want to get too weird.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm reevaluating our conversations now. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Like, oh no, we're never surprised. We're always validating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you say, okay, yeah, I was watching porn, and I went up right to the screen and did my business, and because I wanted to, right?
Wow. Okay.
So a therapist might go, okay. Yeah, okay. So you were trying to kind of infuse yourself in the situation. Yeah, we talked about that. That's not a friend. That's not what a friend says. A friend says, dude, you're a freak. Don't do that.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but just to clarify, that's not that weird though, right?
Well, you tell me.
That's the therapist. That's not the friend. That's the therapist.
That's the therapist. Okay. Okay. The point is, so am I a dick? Let's.
Are you? I'm gonna say no, because you're allowed to be frustrated and annoyed with a friend, especially if the friend is bringing the same problem over and over and over again and is not willing to do something about it. But I will say, with a little asterisk by this, you professionally understand what's happening. And are you being a dick? I would say no, you're not being a dick, because, again, you're allowed to get frustrated. But because you also know he's in pain,
can we help people in pain that don't? I don't know. I seriously, it's like I'm at this place again. I'm sort of like.
Let me ask you this:
we always help people.
Do you do you think? I think we're witnessing like empathy burnout right before our eyes. I'm always helping people.
It's called compassion fatigue.
Compassion fatigue. What was I going to ask you? I don't remember now. It's gone. Anyway, I'm going to say, wow, maybe there's a percentage here. I'm going to say 80%. I was thinking that. 80% not a dick.
Not dick.
Yeah.
I would say, honestly, I think 75% not a dick. 25% need some self-reflection and need to consider that.
All right. Okay. All right. How about you? Okay. So yeah. I got one. So I have become annoyed with people on Facebook, which I'm still a big fan of. I know it makes us old to be on Facebook, but I will have people leave comments like, "Don't use the president's name," or if you're going to mention Trump, just, put, just hint it. And I kind of feel like, listen, I'm not a fan of the guy. I don't like the guy. I support nothing about him. But it seems a little childish to me, to like, I'm not going to use his name. I'm going to come up with some other way, but everyone's going to somehow know who I'm talking about. And so there's this one particular person who's always on my page, right? Mm-hmm. And I've just been deleting their comments. And then, this is so weird because I'd say 98% of the people that I'm engaged with on Facebook, I never see in my daily life, right? And then this one...
Do you know them?
I know them. I mean, I know I've either interacted with them one-on-one in person at some point in my life, or, they're friends and fans from, way back in the day. But 98% of the people I'm interacting with on Facebook, I have no face-to-face one-on-one interaction in real life with, right? So I run into this guy at a cafe in San Francisco, and he's like, "Oh man, hey, that's so weird about my comments not showing up on your page anymore." And then I instantly just go right for the lie. And I'm like, oh, that is weird. I mean, they've been glitching a lot. There's been a lot of, I mean, I think there's also, now that the conservatives are in charge, they're playing all these weird games with the algorithm. But oh, that's weird. And he's like, oh, yeah. I mean, I think I convinced him that that's what really it was. But
Mm-hmm.
am I being a dick?
No, 100% no.
Okay,
Um,
that was to the point. I like it.
First of all, because to me, social media in that fashion, that's not. So the question is, are you being a dick for deleting his?
Yeah. Well, and lying to him too, I guess. I mean, I know it's a lie, and I think
No,
a
you're not being.
part of him is like, I think Joe lied to me, but I think I'm gonna go along with it because it's easier.
I don't think so. I think you're not responsible for that. Social media is its own animal. You need to navigate it the way you need to. And I don't consider that in person. Maybe I'm just old. I don't consider that in person interaction. Clearly, you're doing what you need to do to keep your sanity. You didn't do anything rude to him. I think it's a little weird for him to come up to you in person and ask about
The
his
first time
comment.
I've seen this guy in like 5 years, honestly. Like, I know he lives in the city. He's not a
Yeah.
comic. He's never in my part of town. It was just like a random. He was actually there. I mean, he's a nice guy. He was dropping food off for
For
somebody who,
homeless people.
not for homeless people, but for somebody who just had like surgery.
Okay.
So it's just like, oh my god, he's a good guy. He's but I mean, I agree with you. Like, what happens online is not real, but at the same
Yeah.
time, there's now this entire generation that
How
is
old
their
is he?
reality. He's my age. I mean, he's, again, like, we're both two old guys, right? So,
Right.
but I also wonder, like, sometimes people will carry that stuff that happens online into real life, and then you run into someone, and then it sounds like a Larry David Curb Your
Yeah.
Enthusiasm
Yeah.
thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, hey, how come you didn't like, my
Right.
post, or how come you deleted?
I mean, 15%, 15% dick,
Okay.
but you got to do what you got to do. You're to me, you're not dissing him in person. I refuse to look at
No, in
that as
person, I'm
dissing.
lying to him.
Okay, so that wasn't really a dick. I
I
don't
don't know.
think you're responsible to answer that question. I know that's weird.
I don't. Why? That isn't it. That's not.
You're not
It's
responsible
interesting.
for that. I think a lie is understandable in
Okay.
that moment
Wow.
because you don't really have a relationship with him. It's so technically it's dickish to lie.
Yes.
I don't want to just have no morals about it, but it's very understandable.
I felt bad about lying, and I think he knew
Uh-huh.
I was lying, but I think we were both like, you know what? This is an easier social situation to navigate if he just buys into, oh yeah, it must be Facebook messing with the algorithm.
I'll tell you a quick story about that I'd forgotten about. This is when I was in grad school, and so this had to be 2009ish or something. And I was on Facebook. There was a comedian who I'll admit, I'm going to go with a they pronoun, so you
Okay.
don't know who it
Okay.
is.
We don't know who it is.
I hope not.
Ooh.
I'm going with they for ambiguity because I don't want you to know exactly who I'm talking about,
Oh.
which you probably will anyway. Okay, so they. I'm just being honest. If you're a comedian, you've got some buttons that can be pushed. You have some ego. You have
Sure.
some jokes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Even if you work on it, someone's gonna do something. You're like, are you fucking kidding me? Where you honestly, this is a horrible thing to say. This is dickish. You feel like you you're not talented enough to be talking this way. Now that's not true. This is clearly, I think, okay.
This is 2009, Dan. This is not the fully evolved.
But before I get to the end of this, I'm probably, yes, I'm being, but I'm in the moment, okay?
Okay.
And I'm sitting there and I'm in grad school. I've turned my life upside down, going from comedian to soon to be shrink. And I see them, they did some kind of post like, just chilling with some chai tea, got a sold out show tonight.
I know who this is. I know who this is. Go on.
And it just fucking hit me the wrong way. I just like fucking blocked them or I stopped them.
Wow.
Like, I'm done. I can't do it.
Stopped him or blocked him. Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't listen to the chai tea bullshit. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So, am I being a dick? Yes. But
But you didn't hurt him. I mean, you didn't leave a comment, right? You didn't lash out. You just blocked him.
Sorry, him, them, whatever.
Them.
It's a him, whatever. I'll call it a him.
Okay.
It's a him. No, I didn't hurt him. And again, that's why I feel like social media is in your face.
Right.
And sometimes you got to just fucking block it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
If this person you ran into, if imagine every comment he made, he was in your apartment speaking to you, you'd be like, get the fuck out of here. You'd be a bigger dick.
Get your chai tea and your sold out open mic show attitude out of here.
Chai tea. Just meditating.
Oh my God.
Like gratitude.
I
don't want to hear gratitude from people. Grateful.
I don't want to hear gratitude from people I am
bullshit life.
Holding resentments towards.
Yeah, I hate that. When you're fucking annoyed with someone and they're all grateful for their life. I'm being honest with you.
I know. I hate
it.
Take that tie.
It up your ass.
Put that chai tea up your butthole and shut up. Get miserable with the rest of us or get out of my life.
Just hanging, taking it in.
I hear the flip side of that coin, right? Is there's like, so lately there's a comic that, again, I won't name either, that we've known for a very long time. And he, on his every comment I seldom engage with him anymore on social media, because when he does leave a comment, it is so unserious and so it's not even like a funny joke. It's just some absurd, over the top, ridiculous statement to something that's like, people are really upset and there's some serious shit going on. And
he's like making
and he's just like a stupid,
goofy.
And it's not even like a good joke or anything that furthers the conversations. It's just some stupid, relevant, weird comment, and you're just like, there's nothing to even reply back to, right? So he's become so annoying in that way. I just don't engage with him.
Has he always been like that? Is it consistent with his comedy? Is that?
I mean, his comedy. He's one of these other guys where he loves to push buttons and push the boundaries, and he feels like he was edgy before there was edgy. He would tell you that he's just doing the material that he thinks is funny. But I think he's doing stuff that he thinks is edgy for the sake of being edgy. And there's an audience for it. He's not in the brosphere. He's not, he's not one of those guys.
But you're saying it's not that funny?
It's just not that
funny?
Well, I mean,
or is he just bad at this? Is he
he's bad at
poster?
this. He's bad. He's a bad poster. And, but it's like, as a comedian, we are in this very interesting time where there's some really serious, scary things happening. Like you can stop and you can look at this and you can objectively pull back and you can compare history and you can look at what is genuinely happening. If this was going on in another country, we would be freaking out. And yet it's happening in Minnesota, Chicago, Los Angeles, right? We literally have a president that has declared war on liberal cities. He's declared war on places that didn't vote for him. It's very, very serious and scary, and there's real human lives that are being adversely affected. People are getting killed, people are getting deported, children are being taken into, it's so you comment about that in a sincere and thoughtful way. And people are also chiming in with like, yeah, it's scary. What can we do? Hey, try, looking at this. Here's a link about this information.
So if you're going to be funny, really be clever.
Yeah, be really clever about it, but don't just throw in like, maybe you should jack off more. Like some sort of just, that's like open mic level. It's stuff like that where I'm just like, so I just like, I'm not. Yeah, I haven't unfriended him or blocked him or anything like that, but it does feel like
you're on a blocking spree. You gotta start blocking everyone.
I'm just gonna start. I unfriended someone recently because,
really?
Yeah. I mean, maybe I'll save this for the next Am I a Dick? I just unfriended him. Keep it going. Okay,
this is the whole episode.
So in by the way, our comedian who was supposed to join us today, for whatever reason, miscommunication or whatever. Yeah, we'll try to get him back on, but yeah. So anyway, in San Francisco, right? The San Francisco Center Mall, and I'm sure you remember this, giant mall downtown, right off of Market Street. It had a huge food court, with very illustrious restaurants in it. It had the Nordstroms with those, round escalators that went up. A lot of people have a lot of memories. Christine, right? She was really bummed to hear about it because her mom and her would go there for Christmas, right? And lots of memories in the place. Well, it had been slowly going downhill, but last weekend it officially closed. They locked the doors. Now, this place is massive. It is a massive amount of square footage. It is some of the most expensive.
The place on Market?
Yeah. Most very, very expensive commercial real estate. So I posted online. I'm like, and I was doing this more in a rhetorical way, not a we should actually do this kind of thing. But I was just pointing out that it's remarkable that San Francisco is still debating what do we do with the unhoused and how do we build affordable apartments for people. Meanwhile, we've got a 38% vacancy rate in downtown commercial real estate. And it was amazing. Like, people in a liberal city were defending failed businesses and empty buildings before they would even consider the thought. And one guy who I've known for a long time is like, I don't think we should let filthy hobos into places and make them into flop houses. And I was just like, that's not adding anything to the conversation in any way. And I'm not actually. And another guy went all the way to like post like it would be quite expensive to retrofit. And I'm like, okay, you guys again.
You're sort of talking. You're taking a step back and talking about you're from a distance.
Yeah.
And look at look at where are our values.
Exactly.
People are getting all, well, you can't afford.
Yeah.
Blah blah. I don't know why I'm doing a white voice. Well,
you're doing a black guy doing the white voice.
The white voice.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm okay with it.
But it so annoyed me that I just instantly, unfriended him. Just like, nope. I'm just like you were talking about the chai tea guy, where you're like, done. Just done. I'm like, first of all, who freaking talks like that? And how do you miss the bigger point?
Right.
Because it's a big issue in San Francisco because they want to build high-rise apartment buildings in the Sunset District. And of course, everybody is like, no, that's so wrong. It'll totally change the vibe. But nobody can afford to live there. Nobody can afford anything anymore. And yet, most of Salesforce Tower, the largest building, the tallest building west of the Mississippi. Most of that is vacant. It's vacant. It's vacant, and we're it's crazy.
So I'm going to say something weird.
Oh,
but I'm not fucking kidding.
Okay.
You should run for what's that office that a comedian can run for?
Court jester?
Tom Amiano?
Board of Supervisors.
Yeah.
Board of Supervisors. You know what? People, thank you. It's been suggested to me, but
it's not even a compliment. You're passionate about it.
I'm passionate.
You have an endless interest and passion. You talk in a very educated way. You could do it.
I love San Francisco, but I've got a foot out the door, to be perfectly honest. I mean, again,
right.
I'm at my girlfriend's in the suburbs, right. And one of the things though that made me like reignite my passion in San Francisco was really seeing the city through her eyes. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that made me realize, like, yeah, we're in a lot of trouble in San Francisco. Like just walking.
What's the name of the mayor in New York?
The new one, oh God, what's his name? I know who you mean. Yeah, I was going to say something
Democratic
stupid.
Socialist?
Yeah.
Okay, so is he going to be successful?
Probably not, because I don't think it doesn't matter if you are like this hard right or hard left. I think the cities, right, they are so wrapped up into doing things the way that they've always done it, right? Mm-hmm. And I think if you really want to be effective at it, you have to pick one piece of it, right, to focus in on, and then start the change there. But because it's a big city and it's a giant city government, that one piece, it's tied to everything else, right? And I see it in San Francisco because everyone is like, hey, cost of living is too high. Living in an apartment is almost unaffordable. And then they're like, okay, well, what should we do? Like, well, let's build more affordable housing. And then everyone's like, okay, great. Where? Mm-hmm. And then everyone's like, well, we can't do it there. We can't do it there. Well, if we say we're going to do it here, then we're inviting big builders to come in and they're making money. And it ends up being this endless debate, mm-hmm. right? And in some ways, I almost feel like, yeah, you need to just come in and you need to say, listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to build this building. It's going to have 200 units of affordable housing, and everyone else, shut the fuck up. You sound like a whiny bitch. All right? If you want someone to live in the city who's going to serve you coffee and wait on you, they need to be able to live in the city, and that's where we're going to put them. And if you don't like it, fuck you.
Sounds better. Barista housing. It sounds better. Yeah, people will be good.
Barista Plaza.
Barista Plaza. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I look. I mean, I think every big mayor, even like, we joke in Christine's town, I call it pothole because it's a really, really nice suburb, but the streets it's just potholes. Like driving, it's like trying to get out of Nam and there's a foxhole, just coming down the hill sometimes. Yeah, it's like a blast just took out half the street, and you're like, oh my God, I look at the property taxes and, it's insane to me. I was doing a gig last night in a town called Moraga, and if you know Contra Costa County, it's very wealthy, right? It's between Lafayette and Orinda, and I'm riffing with the crowd last night. You know what their big issue is? They want sidewalks. And I'm like, really? Because where I live right now, my sidewalks are covered with shit and hypodermic needles and kids on scooters who are like, I don't need health insurance. I'm going to live forever. Right? And they're like, yeah, we would like sidewalks in our town. Mm-hmm. Right? But they can't figure out how to do it, which again, it's like, maybe we got to rethink government. Maybe that's the short answer.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Getting back to just kind of unfriended. I I get it. Sometimes people um, sometimes people make a comment that uh, it's
Sometimes
not
I'm
just
like,
that they're
were you,
disagreeing,
yeah,
but
were you
it's
hacked?
insensitive
Yeah, yeah.
and
It's like read the room, man. Read the
clueless.
room. You
Right,
know,
right,
read the room. You don't want hobos, filthy hobos in flop houses. And it's like nobody's suggesting that, idiot. Nobody's suggesting that, and you're
right.
smart enough to know that.
And on the one hand, we shouldn't be upset about some fucking comment because that's what
Exactly,
social
exactly.
media is all about. On the other hand, I I'm sensitive to the lack of empathy there is for unhoused, for people if you're not walking in their shoes. I don't think it's easy to be unhoused. You know, that does
It
not look
it's
easy
not.
or fun. It doesn't look like they are
No,
taking advantage.
no, it's awful. It's all and listen,
Yeah, something's wrong.
you can walk down the street and you can feel uncomfortable. I'm not saying you shouldn't.
Yeah,
And you can
it's
walk down the
frustrating.
it's
You know what? It's very
it's
frustrating.
very and your empathy is challenged. My empathy is
Yeah,
challenged on a
me
daily
too. Me
basis.
too.
On a
Sometimes
daily
it's like
basis.
I want to
Yeah.
have a fucking cup of coffee. I don't want to
Exactly.
feel
Exactly. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
my safety.
Yeah.
This
You
is
know,
unsafe
or just
because of
everybody's asking me for $1 and I'm like, man, if I gave everyone $1 by the time I made the 5 block walk to work,
yeah.
I'd be broke. The whole day I'd
You're
be working because
sucking
yeah, you
right.
know.
You're sucking my social battery out of me. I've had to say no. It's not. Yeah,
It's I get why people start to shut down. I get why people start to go, I can't handle it. I can't.
but
I
we got
get it.
right. You gotta keep a perspective on
You
it
got to
because
keep a
it's
perspective.
the people that are vulnerable that catch all the shit. I
And
refuse to
yeah,
believe it's their fault in the big picture, and that's where a lot of people.
yeah.
You're a woke dude. Of course, it's their fault.
And the people that are, I mean, look, this is a generalization, but it seems very, very of the moment. The
Hmm.
people that want to deport people that are against the homeless, that are fed up with others, also want to shove their little gold Jesus Christian cross down your throat and tell you how
Hmm.
much better they are. It's like you are so far from
Hmm.
Jesus
From
in
Jesus, right?
from
You are.
everything I've ever heard that he supposedly said, but yet you want to like, well, those people should be arrested. They should be thrown out of the country. We should just put them to
Right.
death row. You know, it's like none of that is in keeping with what you say you believe.
Hmm.
But whatever, I'm the bad guy because I actually would like to help even people who don't want the
Yeah,
help.
it's not that you got the solution or anyone does, but it's the kind of the nastiness.
It's the
I
nastiness of
don't
it.
get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. It's, well, yeah. I mean, I think it's like a defense mechanism too, you know, where they're just like, I
Hmm.
don't know what to do and fuck those people and screw
Yeah, fuck
you.
it. I want to take my
Yeah.
kid out, and
Yeah.
right. It's like, okay, you're having a feeling, but to take a moment with that.
Here, here's another one I'll give you. And maybe this is also kind of like, am I being a dick?
Hmm.
And also, you know, still comedy related, right? So what I've been trying lately for, I don't know, last 4 months or so on TikTok, I've been posting these really, really quick 30-second, under a minute, you know, commentaries, right?
Uh-huh.
Not, you know, sharp jokes, sometimes, you know, humor in there. But anyway, so
Hmm.
I was fascinated with this whole Don Lemon story, right?
Hmm.
He got arrested
Hmm.
and has a civil rights charge against him because he walked into a church, right? And
Uh-huh.
now I don't know if you saw any of the footage, right? But they're claiming he disrupted a church service and intimidated the pastor. To me, looking at that video footage, is like, no, he's operating as a reporter covering a protest that did go in and interrupt the church service. Now, if that's all you heard,
Is it? Is it illegal to interrupt a church?
It is. It is. Actually, it
It is.
falls under, it's a civil rights issue, which is hysterical that MAGA is using a civil rights law that was originally crafted to go after the KKK that was
Uh-huh.
going into churches.
And now they're going after
Now they're using a
some.
civil
Okay.
rights law to go after a black journalist. But
Is that a felony or a misdemeanor?
well, it can be pretty serious because it's a federal charge, right? So it's not civil, it's a criminal
I
charge.
mean, at the end of the day, even from MAGA voice, what are they saying he did? Walked in and interrupted?
Yeah, so he interrupted a church service, intimidated a pastor, and that is a violation of a civil rights law. But here's the thing, right? Here's again, everything is context. This is why we're woke. This is why it's exhausting,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because there's nuance, there's layers to it all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason why there was a protest going into this church is because people who are anti-ICE, pro-immigrant, right? Your classic woke warriors. There is a pastor who works at the church whose day job he works for ICE.
Okay,
So
so that's a newsworthy.
that's newsworthy, right? And that if you're listening to the right wing manis blogosphere, all of that shit, they're not telling you that part, but that's why they went in, right? And what I posted was this, I because all they're talking about is like he's a fake reporter, and it's wrong to disrupt a church service. I'm like, well, first of all, I don't know what fake reporter means in the context of the
Yeah,
internet.
yeah.
He has millions of followers. He's
Sure.
interviewing people. He's putting out content.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
But here's the thing. I don't think this was a fake reporter interrupting a church service. I think this was a reporter interrupting a fake pastor, because
Amen.
if you
Right.
if like churches have historically been a place for sanctuary against the persecuted. You could go into a church, right? And in a lot of places, in a lot of cultures, during almost any other time in history, if you went into the church, they couldn't touch you. Like, well, he's on holy ground. We can't do anything, right? So if your pastor is completely ignoring all of these words that Jesus said and all these Bible quotes about treating foreigners in your land with kindness, he's not a real pastor.
The point is, it's um, it's open for debate.
It's open.
It's all
It's all open for
perspective,
debate and perspective, but here's the thing:
using your
no,
power to send him to jail.
you're using your power to send him in jail. And he wasn't the only reporter that was arrested. There were other reporters that were covering the protest, and they arrested a young black woman reporter. And again, it's the bitter irony is like they used a civil rights law that was enacted to go after the KKK to arrest
Lock
black
up.
reporters, following a protest into a church because a pastor that works there, his day job is to round up persecuted people and deport them, which is kind of against everything Jesus said. But it's anyway, that's the whole backstory. I put that out on TikTok, and holy shit, the comments. Like the amount of just, I could feel like people typing it, just clenching their teeth and like,
What were they saying?
oh, just like, fuck you and you're an idiot and, he is going to jail and, and it's just like, it's so preposterous and absurd. It does not hurt me, like personally. I can't take it personally because it's just, this is so absurd and so ridiculous, right? But again, it shows you the other side, which is very othering, but the other side, they have no capacity to look at nuance, no capacity to think maybe we're wrong. Nobody's actually answering any of the questions that I put out. It's just you're an idiot, he's going to jail, screw all you guys, blah blah Trump. It's like, okay, but I'm going to tell you, man, if Jesus came back tomorrow, he is not putting on a red hat and going, hey, fuck those brown people. That's not happening. The idea that people think that is what Jesus was about.
That's the part that is so unnerving is how they're conflating and flipping things around. And now, yeah, black man is going to jail for civil rights violation, and you get to be Christian and spit on people.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're literally pulling people out of cars, out of their houses, separating them from their children, 5-year-old kid, right? You're detaining these kids, and yet you put a little gold cross on, and you go to church, and you think Jesus loves me.
Do you know where they recruit people to join ICE?
I think they probably go down to battered women's shelters and ask where their husbands are, and then sign them up. I mean, Saturday Night Live last night actually had a good opening sketch, where they're asking them like, "Hey, what do you think? What do you think we asked you guys to do?" And they're like, "Well, we're poorly trained. We have no other job prospects. It seems like us being violent is exactly what you wanted us to do." Mm-hmm. It was actually a pretty cogent, socially aware comment, in the context of the sketch. I mean, I think, they're just rounding, and it's insane. Like the training that they got, they couldn't figure out how long to train them for, right? So they decided, okay, we'll give all of the new ICE agents 47 days of training. And you're like, well, why 47? Because that's what number of President Trump is. That's the thinking. That's the thinking. That's not an exaggeration. That's not me making something up. That is out there, public information. They decided how many days? Well, Trump's our 47th president. Let's give him 47 days of training. Mm-hmm. And some of these guys apparently, they failed background checks. They failed, at all this other stuff.
I would bet. I mean, I could be wrong. My sense of it is they're having the time of their life.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
They're loving it.
They're loving it because they get to crack heads. Like,
yeah. We're cracking heads. We're doing it for the right reason. We're warriors. We're dealing with public scrutiny.
Yep.
And we're the real patriots.
Yeah. Yeah. And even when leaders in Homeland Security and ICE and Borders and Customs, even when they say we are not going to engage with protesters, you still have Trump then go after them. And it's, it's like you can't have the president basically egging you on and telling you bust their heads, do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. It's pretty crazy. Like if this was happening in another country, and here's the ultimate irony, right? And I'm sure
let's pull it all together here.
Let's pull it all together. Okay, here's the ultimate irony, right? At the same time, ICE was murdering a protester in the street. Trump was warning the Ayatollah in Iran not to kill protesters in the street. That's the ultimate irony. That's the country we live in. Hey, you guys in Iran, you better not be killing your protesters. That's wrong. We'll have to intervene. Meanwhile, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, protesters are being killed in the street, and Trump is out there defending them. So, on that lovely note,
subscribe and like us.
Subscribe and like us. We'll have a comedian to interview next week. I promise we won't be so intense.
Next week. Thanks for joining us. Peace out.
Peace out.